Hello and welcome to a new team review. Today we're going to take a look at another Great League team here. And this team I stole from House Dark, who is one of the best players in the world as well. He's also sometimes streaming, I don't know, it's not really my time zone. But he went with this team last season to 3,500 plus, I think. And yeah, I tried this team already at the end of the last season, but I didn't really make a video about this because I already had everything done for that. So I thought I'd give it a try again in this season, and I played 4 sets again with this team in this season, and I went only positive again. So yeah, I have now 8 sets played with this team and only went positive with all of those sets. So very consistent team especially, and very, kind of meta. You know, basically this core of Scrafty and the Skarmory a lot, this is a very common core, and then you have the Drapion as a save swap is also nothing that's unheard of. It's a very, very common save swap, but it works really well, so I cannot really say anything bad about it. I didn't play every game really perfect, to be honest. I think this game I also kind of screwed up a little bit. Why didn't I just swap out there into the Drapion? I have no idea, but now at least I swap out. I don't know, now I seem P-tied there. Not the smartest play from me. But yeah, you kind of have to get used to it again, I guess. But I'm also not playing every game perfectly fine, but my opponent also not, I don't know what this swap was there. Definitely tried to catch the crunch, but I don't know, didn't really help him, did it? So what we're gonna do here is overfarm to 1-hand energy, go for 1 sludge bomb, go for 1 crunch now. Actually go for sludge bomb, interesting. Oh no. Oh, okay, I pressed on both buttons, I think, but he went for the crunch. Doesn't matter, my opponent of course shields there, and as soon as he saw my Skarmory, this game was over. So very, very cool. We have Obstacle against us, decent in the lead, but here again I should have swapped earlier. I think I made a big mistake by swapping there, because actually I cannot tank moves that well there, and now I can have to shield here, which was completely stupid on my part. So I should have swapped all the way earlier, but you have to get used to the team. That's always the biggest issue for me, you kind of have to get used to when to swap out, what to do against which Pokemon in the back. So yeah, I think I actually misplayed this game hard. Was it this game? I go for another foul play, he shields. I think it was this game which I misplayed completely. He goes for the avalanche now, and I cannot get to my sky attack without shielding there, and I think I'm actually gonna win in the end with that. And we have to see here, he can swap out, he can KO me, I guess. He perfectly farms there, really well played by my opponent. And I think he gets barely with 1 HP and a dream to the move. I wouldn't have won CMP there anyway, so throwing the charge move wouldn't have mattered, but I 100% should have won this game if I just played it better. But I played it really horrible. I basically played it the worst I could have done. But yeah, this was definitely a winnable game. There were a lot of games that I could have won, which I didn't win because I just played bad. But this is part of the learning process. Usually, sometimes you just don't have the best days and don't really focus too much. In general, I'm not really focusing a lot when I play Go Battle League, unless I'm close to Legend, and that's basically it. So I basically try to focus on maybe 10 sets on the whole season, and the rest I just play right next to doing other stuff like editing or doing thumbnails or anything like this. So I don't know, a lot of people you really need to be concentrated to anything in Go Battle League, and I just play it next to me and just, okay, sometimes I tap, sometimes I don't. But yeah, here we are in a really decent spot. We can just go for the move, and I forgot to go for the move, and that's gonna cost me the game because I thought my opponent wasn't at the move yet. You see how to throw a game next time again. It's so embarrassing. I still went positive and stuff like this, but I could have won both of the games I lost till now. It's so bad. And now look at this game. I'm getting hard counted completely. Vigoroth is really good against me here, but he shielded the first one, which is nice, and I can go to a Crunch again. But I already know after the Vigoroth, he gonna definitely have the Bastion in the back, so I'm gonna get completely hard countered here. And this game was still amazing. And I lose those 2 games before where I played like garbage, even though they were so easy winnable. It is embarrassing. I don't know, sometimes, this is the worst possible matchup. I mean, look, my lead was completely hard countered, and my save swap was basically not able in any scenario to get switchback. And now we have a Bastion against this Skarmory, and you're gonna see how this game gonna go. And it's not how you most likely think it might go. We can farm down a little bit here, but my opponent swaps out, of course, immediately. And we have to get the bait done here. We get the bait done. We have like literally so low in the red health. Like, and can we get to the power punch in time? We just barely get while the smackdown hits us. We win with 1 HP and a dream against a complete hard counter line. In those 2 super easy games where I hard counter my opponent, I lose before. Yeah, this is sometimes how it goes. Like, it's sometimes ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, both games I lost there were totally my fault and there was nothing else to blame, which is always kind of hilarious, but yeah. Recognizing your own mistakes is something that's very, very important in general. In Go Battle League and of course also in life. But yeah, this was a very nice demonstration on how to not play the team, but here at least we get to this Sky Attack, which was really, really lucky and really important. As right now, I'm not gonna just try to get rid of his energy at this point here, because I basically know what he's gonna do anyway. And I'm just gonna try to hope that my Drapion gonna win whatever he has in the back. Yeah, there comes the Saber A back in again. I just need 2 crunches and I'm just gonna shield it no matter what it is. It's gonna be the power gem anyway. So I know now I can overfarm a little bit, which makes it easy against the Nidoqueen. And this should be a good game now. So yeah, again, if you know how to play this team is amazing. Here we have a really hard lead loss again and a really hard say swap loss there. Like, there's nothing I can do against normal Stunfisk there. Very rarely seen, but Mud Bomb just gonna KO us after like he can farm us down. You can also, by the way, use a normal Drapion there. Actually, I think he used a normal Drapion. I think normal Drapion is also better. I just have this build already. And it was actually the Drapion I thought I would get for the Ultra League. But after that, I already got a rank 1 Shadow Drapion, so I'm just gonna build that and gonna leave this alone. But yeah, here we're not in the best spot, but my opponent stays in here, which I didn't know why, and he goes for a Feather Dance, which, okay, does make sense, but why? And I can go for a Sky Attack, and he shields again, why? We're double debuffed. He goes for another Feather Dance, why? And we can go into our Scrafty and go for a Foul Play, and get him low, but not KO him. Here's a Shiftry in the back, which is beautiful for us, as we are really good against Shiftry, and we can just farm him a little bit. I think he gets to a move against my Skarmory as well? No, he doesn't, and we can just go for 1 move, or he just surrenders there. Yeah, also here, not my opponent played that well. Azumarill is like one of the worst leads you can have. I mean, Skarmory is okay against Azumarill, and the Drapion is really good against Azumarill, but the lead is of course really bad. And usually you kind of want to have the Safe Swap being the worst Pokemon against Azumarill, but here I rather like to go into my Drapion as it's safe against most Pokemon, like for example a Skarmory. And we caught the move perfectly here. Drapion, Shadow Drapion with energy. It is so beautiful, it has so much coverage, it's just really good. And we're just gonna go for the Brave Bird to nuke the thing away here. He goes into the Marowak. Marowak cannot do anything against my Scrafty, but I think we are still in a bad spot here. Reason being, this won't do as much as you want to. And I think he got an extra bubble in there, which was really annoying because now we cannot get to 2 crunches, which you would have done otherwise, I think. And Playref gonna destroy us here, so sadly I'm not gonna be able to come back after this. It was kind of hard counter. It was actually a really hard counter, but yeah, it was very close. Scrafty sadly did like nothing because he just got hit by 1 Playref and was dead. Very, very nice switch here from my opponent, catching the foul play on his own Scrafty. I have to respect that. Really well played there. Very, very good. And we just gonna try to get to another move. I was like thinking most likely Power Punch, and it was. And now we're gonna be able to get to the Sky Attack, get us last shield. I actually let myself farm down there by 1 against the Skarmory as well, so he doesn't get as much farm otherwise, but yeah, it didn't really matter anyway. He goes for the Poison Fang here, which was a smart play, and I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh, I actually remember this was also a game I don't think I'm gonna win. But I think that should be already it, because I think it was a 3-2, 3-2 and a 5-0 which I put in there. From the sets I still had a 3-2 as well, but I didn't cut anything out. And here we have a Umbreon against us. Oh, actually I think we still win this. Do we? Oh, it's gonna come down to the wire. It's gonna be so close. I think we might still win this actually. He goes into Scrafty, dies, and we get to the power punch. Yeah, Scrafty is just a god. Like, Scrafty is like so good. It's definitely a Scrafty showcase here more than like anything else. But I also really enjoy Skarmory again. I wasn't really the biggest fan from Skarmory like in general because of the Stunfisk, even though the Stunfisk matchup is not that bad. And especially the Bastion matchup, like Pokemon that get hard walled by one Pokemon alone, like completely where they cannot do anything. It's always like kind of something that I don't like to do, even though like it's really, really rarely that you can see a Bastion right now. I'm never really the biggest fan of the Skarmory in general, so yeah, we're gonna count him down here, which is nice. My opponent goes into the Ninetales, which is also nice. As we gonna, oh wow, he caught it perfectly. Actually, didn't even see that he caught that. I think also that time I didn't even saw that. But he caught it perfectly on the Jellicent. And here, this is only a Bubble Beam, I know that for sure. I'm gonna try to farm up extra and try to swap out in time. I have to swap out here in time, and I can go for the foul play. And he has to throw something here, I think, against me. So I should be able to win this game. There's nothing gonna hit me and KO me. I can go for the Sky Attack now and KO the Ninetales, and this is gonna be a good game. Well played. Next up we have Sableye. A lot of Sableye leads right now, which I think is a decent lead in general. Like, I don't think that's a bad lead whatsoever. But it's fine for us, as long as he doesn't bait us, and here he doesn't bait us, which is good. We can just go for the foul play. Most likely could have farmed even more there. But he goes into a Zimro, which is bad for me. I can go for the Sludge Bomb. Gonna hit actually, which is interesting. Like, I don't know why he didn't shield there. Goes for the Hydro Pump, totally fine with that. And he has a Skarmory in the back. I think I try to catch a move, I don't know, but I just try to get the defense drop. Just try to get some shields from him. And I can actually get to another crunch there. I don't know, my opponent kinda misplayed that there. And I can get to another one. And Drapion just completely wrecks his opponent. And I'm so sorry, but this is a good game. The power of Shadow Drapion, like, was it like 2 shields or something in the sky, full HP Skarmory? Like, I don't know why you tried to do that, but thanks for that. Against Venusaur, you can always farm completely down with Skarmory. I saw a lot of Venusaur save swaps actually against me, where I was like, why? But I think they're kind of not really fearing the Skarmories anymore. So I totally take that. And here we can just go for 2 Brave Birds, I think, against him. Actually go for a Sky Attack there. I guess it's safer. But he goes into something else. What was that? That was his own Skarmory. You can go into our Drapion and murder that. And we are in a decent spot now. This should already be a good game, I think. He goes for a Sky Attack. We just outspam him though. And that's like the main thing here with the Drapion, out spamming everything. 5 Poison Stings for 1 Crunch and 6 for 1 Sludge Bomb is just very insane. He goes for the last result, it's totally fine. We can farm down my opponent. Gonna surrender there. Bye bye. Next up we have Swampert in the lead. I don't like to see Swampert, to be honest, with this team. That's kinda always a little bit of a problem. As, yeah, I don't know, Swampert's like kinda always a little bit difficult, especially with like Skarmory then in the back. It's not really mine. My opponent goes into the Sableye, and we are in a really bad spot there. He goes for the return and KOs us. And I don't know what we're gonna do here now. We're going to the Skarmory, I guess. I don't think we're gonna be able to win this game. Can go for the Sky Attack at least. And get a shield and go for the foul play. And get a shield. And he goes into the Skarmory. And I was like, maybe there's still a chance. Just maybe. If I get out of this matchup with like close to a Sky Attack loaded, I should be fine. As I cannot shield at all whatsoever in this matchup. I have to save the shield for the Swampert, but we're actually gonna just barely be able to go for the Sky Attack before he gets the 2 moves. Gonna be able to win this game, and good game there to my opponent again. Very nice close game. And another Sableye. And we're gonna get a Drapion against us. I tried to swap out there as you saw there, but I guess like there was kinda some desync or not alignment. But this time again, at least I can swap onto the Crunch, which gonna debuff me. Crunch would have been double resisted from the Scrafty, but yeah. Cool, we have some lag there. At least my opponent let this one go, so I can realign my Pokemon. Goes into Sableye and then to the Zimro, which is perfect because now I have perfect alignment for the rest of the game. And I don't think there's anything my opponent can do to win this anymore. So yeah, very, very good team. Not my team, I stole it, but always when I steal teams, I always give credits. That's how I always gonna do it and how I always did it before. So yeah, Hostdog's team, very, very good. Can recommend it to you. 8 sets, all positive with this team. Also like in the end of the last season, so it's basically guarantees you the encounter if you know how to play it, and they even must play a lot. So such a good team. Definitely can recommend it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a nice Christmas time. It's already December.